Hello, my name is S. Ashok Kumar. Welcome to my channel. In this part, I am going to explain about second most abundant organic molecule, that is nucleic acid. Before going to tell details of the nucleic acids and the different types of nucleic acid, first I will tell you the function. This nucleic acid function acts as genetic material responsible for inheritance. I will explain. Nucleic acid acts as a genetic material. Actually, what is the meaning of genetic material? Genetic material is a carrier of information. So that what is the information means? The information is about the proteins. That I will explain in the molecular basis of inheritance. Here I am telling nucleic acid acts as a genetic material. Genetic material means storage of information. One. Next, responsible for inheritance. Inheritance means what? Transmitting the information from one generation to another generation. That genetic material, so-called nucleic acid, moving from one generation to another generation means how it is possible? That is through replication. That is why nucleic acid basic function is to act as a genetic material responsible for inheritance through replication process. Actually, there are two types of nucleic acids are present that include RNA and DNA. Now I am going to compare between the RNA and DNA. So this RNA and DNA, when we compare in the evolution, RNA was first nucleic acid. Okay? DNA became next or second nucleic acid. What it mean? What I said? RNA was the first nucleic acid followed by DNA in the evolution. Instead of saying the same thing, RNA was the first genetic material and followed by DNA became a next genetic material. What is the fundamental structural difference between RNA and DNA? That is a sugar. RNA containing a ribose as a part of sugar. DNA contains 2' deoxyribose as a part of sugar. This difference you should remember. The fundamental difference between RNA and DNA is a sugar. RNA contains a ribose sugar. DNA contains a 2' deoxyribose sugar. The next point I am moving. Mostly RNA molecule exists as single stranded molecule. Single stranded. Actually, RNA formed as a single stranded molecule. DNA mostly 99% DNA existing as a double stranded molecule. What is importance of the single stranded and double stranded? This is important for the Chargaff's rule. What we know Chargaff's rule? According to the Chargaff's rule, number of purines is equal to number of pyrimidines. That I will explain. Because RNA molecule existing as a single stranded molecule, RNA will not obey Chargaff's rule. Why? Because RNA is a single stranded molecule. DNA existing as a double stranded molecule, that is why DNA obey Chargaff's rule. DNA obeys the Chargaff rule because it existing as a double stranded molecule. The next point is about the functions. RNA molecule, actually RNA, what is the basic function? RNA not only genetic material but also RNA acts as a enzyme. As we know, RNA with enzymatic activity called as ribozyme. Already I mentioned in the enzymes. But also acts as enzyme, then ribosomes, then messenger, then adapter, etc. That is why when we are telling the functions of RNA is a not only genetic material but also acts as an enzyme. It is a part of ribosome. It acts as a messenger. It acts as an adapter, etc. Adapter means which RNA? That is a tRNA. Ribosomes means which one? rRNA. Messenger means which one? mRNA. But in case of DNA, there is no such thing. DNA having only one function, only acts as genetic material. As a result, what you need to understand? RNA having the multifunctional role in the biological system. DNA having only one function, that acts as a genetic material. The next one, why RNA molecule rejected as a genetic material by the time? That is because RNA is a less stable. Less stable, you can remember, more reactive. DNA selected as a genetic material even though it's doing only one function because DNA is a more stable or less reactive. Okay? The next about the different types of nitrogen bases in RNA. RNA contains adenine, guanine, cytosine and uracil. These are the 4 nitrogen bases present in the RNA. Next one, DNA, adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine. What is about the base pairing? In RNA, A always pairs with a U. G pairs with a C. Here what is the 2 and 3 lines indicate? The 2 and 3 lines indicates the hydrogen bonds. In DNA, A pairs with a T and G pairs with a C. So this is a standard base pairing in RNA and DNA. The last point, what I said, RNA is a genetic material, DNA also genetic material. RNA is a genetic material. It is a genetic material in most of viruses. Most of viruses. I didn't tell all of the viruses. I said RNA is a genetic material only in most of the viruses. Even some of the viruses containing a DNA as a genetic material. For example, for your understanding, TMV containing a RNA as a genetic material. Next one, HIV. Next one is what it called rhinovirus. You can take so many examples, even coronavirus containing RNA as a genetic material. Now comes today. DNA is a genetic material in both prokaryotes and eukaryotes. DNA genetic material in both prokaryotes and eukaryotes. So, but already the prokaryotes means which organism? Monera, that is bacteria. Eukaryote means what? Protista, fungi, plantae, animalia. Indirectly meaning what? Monera to animalia. In the evolution, Monera to animalia, that DNA is the only genetic material of the viruses, or most of the viruses containing a RNA is a genetic material. This is a little bit comparison between the RNA and DNA. After making the comparison between RNA and DNA, now I am going to explain the different types of RNAs. Here when you compare both prokaryotes and eukaryotes together, there are 3 types of RNAs. Why I said, if you take eukaryotes alone, eukaryotes containing or some unique RNA form, that is snRNA, small nuclear RNA is a mediated splicing that is unique to only eukaryote. That is why when you compare both prokaryotes and eukaryotes, there are 3 types of RNAs. Those include mRNA. The next one, tRNA. The next one, rRNA. First, this order is actually abundancy order I wrote. First, you take the mRNA. mRNA, M stands for the messenger because it's a function. So, actually, this mRNA is the least abundant. Least abundant. If you take RNA is a total 100%, mRNA contributes only 2 to 3%. Only 2 to 3, very less. And simultaneously least abundant, it is the least stable RNA. The lifespan of the mRNA is a very short. Once the mRNA that involved in the translation process, once it completed translation process, immediately mRNA undergo degradation. That is why it is the least stable. What is the function of mRNA? mRNA acts as a messenger during protein synthesis. Protein synthesis is also called as a translation process. Now comes to tRNA. T stands for transfer RNA. This tRNA also called as a sRNA. S stands for soluble RNA. This tRNA is smallest RNA. Smallest RNA. That means maximum this tRNA is made up of 100 ribonucleotides. That is why it is the smallest RNA. That is why tRNA is also called as a tiny RNA. What is the function of tRNA? tRNA acts as an adapter molecule during protein synthesis. You observe carefully. Next you take the rRNA. R stands for ribosomal RNA, part of ribosome. rRNA is the most abundant, exactly opposite to the mRNA. 70 to 80% of the RNAs in the cell occupied by the rRNAs only. Most abundant and most stable RNA is the rRNA. The one more important point, in a eukaryotic cell where these different types of rRNAs will synthesize, that synthesize at nucleolus. Nucleolus where different types of rRNA synthesis occur. That is at the secondary constriction of chromosome. That is the secondary constriction of the chromosome, also called as a nucleolar organizing centers. Now what I said, rRNAs are part of ribosomes now. So instead of function of rRNA, you can ask what is the function of ribosome, because ribosome consists of mixture of different types of rRNAs. Ribosomes are the site of protein synthesis. If you observe, mRNA is a messenger during the protein synthesis. tRNA is adapter during the protein synthesis. Ribosomes are the site of protein synthesis. That means the total machinery of the protein synthesis is revolved around the RNA instead of DNA. Why this protein synthesizing machinery revolve around the different types of RNAs? Because the first genetic material was RNA, not DNA. So till now I explained about the different types of RNAs. Now I am going to little bit explain about the structural aspects. Structural aspects of nucleic acids. As a part of structure, nucleic acid, how can we define? Nucleic acid is a polymer of nucleotide residues linked through 3' to 5' phosphodiester bond. The covalent bond in nucleic acid is a 3' to 5' phosphodiester bond, like peptide bond in protein. I will explain. Nucleic acid is a polymer of nucleotide residues. Why I call as a residue, when then between the nucleotides, when there is a formation of phosphodiester bond, there is a release of water molecule. That is why what we need to remember, the product formed as a result of dehydration called as a residue. That is why nucleic acid in general definition, nucleic acid is a polymer of nucleotide residues linked through 3' to 5' phosphodiester bond. For example, if I ask from the point of structure, how can you define RNA? RNA is a polymer of ribonucleotide residues. If I want to tell DNA, DNA is a polymer of deoxyribonucleotide residues linked through 3' to 5' phosphodiester bond. Now to understand that basic nucleic acid, first we have to understand what is a nucleotide. So before that, first I will tell you what is a nucleoside. Nucleoside is a product formed by combination of nitrogen base plus pentose sugar. Already I said what is the fundamental difference between RNA and DNA? The fundamental difference between RNA and DNA is the sugar. RNA containing a sugar ribose, DNA containing a sugar 2'-deoxyribose. Both are belongs to pentose sugar. The next one, nucleotide. That is these are the units of the nucleic acid. Nucleotide consists of nucleoside, already I said, plus minimum 1 phosphate or maximum of 3 phosphates. That I will explain. Nucleotide consists of a nucleoside that associated with either minimum 1 phosphate or maximum of 3 phosphate. That combination is called as a nucleotides. So nucleotides are the what it called when they undergo polymerization results the formation of nucleic acids. Till now, if you understand the concept of nucleic acids, you can like and share this video to your friends. Subscribe our channel. If you have any doubts about this biomolecule for the NEET exam, you can comment below. Definitely I will respond to your questions. Thank you.